Hello and welcome back to MoonClan for our final episode. My name is Frosty and today we're gonna bid adieu to this clan after 6 months, 8 months more of MoonClan, which is kind of crazy, but Frost Whisperer is now gone. He unfortunately passed away during one of his final patrols trying to keep the clan safe. And he could not keep himself safe in the meantime, so he is now a warrior StarClan, and one of his brothers, Weaselreed, followed right behind him. Lyrush and his kits do miss him. Lyrush didn't formally grieve, which someone said could be because she was sick or injured, and it just so happened to overwrite her grief. But for whatever reason, she was very stoic, probably just being strong for the kits. And the kids, of course, did miss him. So, again, it's just odd that this day is finally here, I guess. In some capacity, it started to feel like Frost Whisperer was immortal, but of course, nobody ever is. And I'm actually kind of really sad because I wanted to see what sort of stuff we could do as an elder. So, depending on how things play out, I may or may not switch our focus at the last second just to see what we missed out on. I don't want to switch focus away from a StarClan cat and then have us be unable to switch back. That just sounds like a bad time. So we're going to try and avoid doing that. But here's StarClan, and here we are. I don't think we can change our focus to a different StarClan cat anyway. No, it doesn't look like we can, but we can talk to other StarClan cats, which is a little detail I had missed out on, so I'm glad that somebody pointed that out. But let's go ahead and talk to Willowtail, our daughter, to start us off here. Oh, look at this background! This is gorgeous! Willowtail is grooming her pelt, sending stardust scattering across the grass with every rasp of her tongue. Alright, that's all there is to that one, I guess. Let's talk to Weaselreed as well. Has seen Privatu's future demise. Okay. A gathering is approaching. Let's hope the living cats know to behave themselves, or else we might have to intervene. Oh, even his little bee followed him up. Okay. Now this is a little annoying, we have to go constantly in and out, but that's fine. Let's also talk to Swanspot, our parent we haven't seen in forever. Swanspot looks upon MoonClan worriedly. I wish I could warn them about what's coming. No indication about what is coming, I guess it's up to us to interpret that. Ooh, Sparrowstar, our original leader. We haven't seen him in a long time. Sparrowstar stares at MoonClan with a worried expression. There are 2 legs at the edge of the territory. Maybe we should speak with Beverly Pell about sending the living cats a warning. Maybe there's something going on with 2 legs then. Hopefully not as extensive as Arc 2, but maybe some kind of demise there. Oh, Willow Deer, one of our doomed apprentices. Willow Deer watches Quiet Paw worriedly. We need to keep an eye on this one. Why? What is Quiet Paw doing? Loving and oddly observant. With the belief in StarClan, there's nothing concerning immediately about that anyway. Ah yes, our beloved Icy Eyes, let's talk to them. Oh, Frost Whisperer, have you been to this part of StarClan yet? It's so big, I was pretty overwhelmed my first time here. I can show you around if you'd like. Oh, but if you'd rather explore on your own, that's fine too. So they definitely seem to have overcome some of their reservation when talking to us. Because before, they would very heavily be, less likely to talk with us, I guess we'll just say. Okay, it looks like we can talk to cats that are in a neutral space too. So we're talking with Pool. I don't honestly know who Pool is, but they easily navigate the maze of 2-legged dens, leaping from fence to fence, reminiscent of the way clan cats jump through trees. Interesting. Does that mean we can also talk with Coyote Path? Let's explain to Pitch and Flick about their backstory and why they're here. All right, let's talk to our former mentor who was a murderer in their own right. Oh, look at this background. That's really cool. I know that they're trees, but these actually almost look more like jagged mountains, which really adds to a sense of grandiose harshness, I guess. Things you don't want to be around. Coyote Pass smiles at you. And that's all. How about Shimmerkick? Shimmerkick brushes their ghostly pelt against yours. And that's that. Okay, so when it comes to checking in on cats, I'm just going to check in on Lyre and the kits every now and again. I think that just makes sense for what Frost would do too. When it comes to goals, loose goals for this episode, besides just kind of playing around and seeing what kind of StarClan mysticism we can have, we are going to be seeing how Snowleaf's arc resolves, whatever way that may be, because they actually killed Willowtail, Frost Whisper's child, and we still haven't had any reconciliation with that. There's been no admittance, there's been no confrontation, so until we get to that point, we're gonna keep going just to wrap up Snowleaf's story, if nothing else. Bonus points if we get to see any Grandkits or our kits taking mates. Seeing what happens with Raven and Lyre would also be nice, but isn't necessary. But Lyra saw a kitty pet, two-legged kit playing with a kitty pet. She's 113 moons old now, so she's actually going to be getting up to elder age in as little as 7. And then for our kits, of course, we have Moral Swirl. Wondering if StarClan is giving Beverly Pelt any prophecies lately. Echo Dapple, who's bravely offering to help Lemons try pick herbs. Swan Throat, who's feeling happy. And Burnpath, who's planning to visit the medicine cat. Can I talk with the medicine cats, actually? No, that would have been an interesting option if I could have given them prophecies every now and again. But that would also be a little bit hard to program. And of course, I want to see what happens with Ravensong as well. When it comes to the patrols and whatnot, I'm pretty much just going to skip over that. If anything exciting happens, I'll showcase it, but for the most part, we're going to be focusing only on relevant time skips and individual cats, really. So, cue the montage, I suppose. I'll see you guys in a couple moons or a couple hundred. Oh? Okay. So immediately, I was actually given an option. So what will I do now? I can start a new clan. I can be reborn. I can revive. I can start a new life. What does any of this mean? Continue. I clicked revive. I don't know what that does. Am I alive now? Do I just get another pass? What? Okay, well. I guess we're just gonna come back as an elder, and I guess we'll get to do that. I actually was not expecting us to just straight up revive like that, but that's fine. We're gonna pretty much ignore that, honestly. The only thing I'm gonna do is mess around a little bit to see what elderhood is like. And we're not gonna question that mechanic too hard. I didn't even get a chance to confirm that. I just clicked on revive and there I was. Okay. Well, time skip time. What? Sorry for any headphone users. Pumpkin Paw was pushed under a monster by Yarrow Star. What the? Icyfin wails when they see the body of Pumpkin Paw still and cold in the clearing. They sit vigil that night as grief fills their heart with a venomous tongue, burning with fuming hatred. Icyfin curses StarClan again and again. The very thought of the dead souls makes them grit their teeth hard enough to shatter them. Why must StarClan take everything and everyone they loved? Now Pumpkin Paw is among those trapped. For now and forever, StarClan is an enemy to Icyfin. The past moon Pumpkin Paw has taken their place in StarClan. I was not ready for this today. Snowleaf has found that the grief has softened at least a little. I would hope so, seeing as I'm standing right here. Yarostar was attacked by rats, and so was Runttail. Both were injured, but no one died. With the additional focus of the clan, 12 Urds were gathered. After a long journey, Mirror Shriek has finally returned home to MoonClan. And Yarostar was taking some prey when they were attacked by the horde of rats. We spent some time with Turbo Rabbit today. We spent some time away from camp. Robin Shade is chatting with Poppy Eye. We listened in as we ate our evening meal. Seems like Plumetooth has annoyed Robin Shade. Our clanmates gather around, whispering in disbelief as we stand, shaking but alive. Legends will tell the cat who walked back from the afterlife, guided by the paws of their ancestors. Okay. I genuinely don't know how to take this in terms of lore. That could unironically be one of the reasons Lyra wasn't actually mourning us, was she had so much faith in StarClan to, I guess, come to this decision that she was not surprised when we got there. Question mark. As for why we would have come back to life, us specifically, genuinely the only reason I could think is that we were told about what happened to Willowtail and that there was some great corruption that was going to come to the clan. All the other cats were foreseeing some darkness coming to the clan and unsure how they could warn the cats about it. And then that same moon, Yarostar, our esteemed leader, pushes a cat under a car. An apprentice at that. So maybe our last act is going to just be to put some wrongs to right, and then we'll go back to StarClan. I really didn't see that twist coming, I'll be honest. Did you hate the teenager that much? Like, what was that about? Pumpkin Paw. Yarostar disliked Pumpkin Paw a pretty good bit and was jealous of Pumpkin Paw, but I don't know why. I really don't know why. I guess everybody wore off on each other though, because Snowleaf also killed cats. Kind of just for the sake of it, so that's some pretty deep concerns we've got there. Ravensong thinks they're going crazy. I'm feeling rather chipper. Because we came back after a couple of moons, we're actually now younger than our littermate. And I can't really blame Ravensong for thinking that they are going crazy for that reason. How's everyone else taking this? Liar's very excited. How about the kids? Playing a prank? Visiting the elders, visiting us to hear a story. Swamthro's complimenting Ivory Twist fighting technique. Burnpath is giving some advice. Everyone seems to be in much higher spirits. I'm gonna have to say that if we came back to life, we probably didn't come back to life with any, like, immediate recollection of what StarClan was like. I think it'd be a little bit broken if we did. So we probably don't really know how we came to be where we are or what happened while we were away. But for now, I guess we can just enjoy retired life. Let's talk to Ravensong. I've been having dreams about you lately. It's gotten so bad it's keeping me up at night. I keep seeing you get torn apart over and over. Sometimes it's rogues, sometimes it's a pack of dogs. You keep screaming for help, but I can't get to you. Sorry, did I scare you? Don't worry, that will never happen in real life. I'll make sure of it. I'll keep you safe. Oh. That hits even harder, though, because that's exactly what happened to Frost on his last patrol. And Ravensong couldn't keep him safe. Ravensong wasn't there. Ravensong did the smart thing and retired. So Ravensong sounds like was just haunted by that moment. And now that we're here, Ravensong is like, I can't let that happen. But is still being haunted about the memory or imagined memory of it. We can feel Lyrush's eyes burning into our back. We turn around and talk to them, and they quickly look around, look busy. I'm sure Lyrush has a lot of questions, and I'm sure this is only cementing her faith in StarClan. But I guess while we have this second chance, I'm gonna give some accessories to the kids. Alright, I guess let's give Echo Dapple the large Luna. She gonna wear that right away? Not immediately, there we go. Moral Swirl takes the gift of the Mothwing with a frown. She didn't like it. What the heck? You're wearing it anyway because it looks cute. Your dad returns from the dead and you're like, I didn't like what you got me for Christmas. That's just silly. But Swanthroat loved our gift. With the catnip flower. And Burnpath liked the ferns that we gave her. Burnpath nods and accepts our gift, commending our good taste. So now everybody is decked out with something that we have given them. I actually think I like Burnpath the most. Makes her look like some kind of Greek goddess or something. But what I said before is going to hold. I'm going to skip over this stuff for the most part since this has already been a little bit of a twist. But I will touch on any elder things that we can do. The leader asks for our opinion on a dispute between two warriors. We feel respected knowing our wisdom is still valued. We weigh the situation and provide a fair resolution. The leader appreciates our wisdom and the warriors agree to our solution. I think that also probably gives us a little bit more weight since we came back from the dead, I guess. Mulberry Paw was having a peaceful stroll outside of camp when she is attacked and killed by a dog. That's another of Icy Finn's kits, and I really can't blame them at this point if they completely renounce StarClan. They nuzzle against the fur of their dead child and feel as though the world has ended. Icy Finn can't be bothered to get up out of their nest the next day, refusing to speak a word to those around them. And of course we lost all of our herbs again. I'll be honest, the elder stuff seems kind of boring because it really doesn't seem like there's anything I can do besides talk to their cats like usual. And then we just get the LifeGen patrols. That's it. There's nothing else for me to do. So unironically, being a StarClan cat could have actually been a little bit more interesting for the sake of this. That being said, I clicked the revive button and I don't really want to unclick it. So we'll just, again, see how things play out. A kid comes running up to us asking for a play fight. Despite our old bones, we consider their request remembering our own playful youth. We agree and have a gentle play fight with the kit. They squeal in delight and declare you the best playmate ever. Flipcone is chatting with Lyrush. We listen in as we eat our evening meal. Seems Moral Swirl has annoyed Flipcone. Moonfern will always love Weaselreed but has decided to move on. Lyra saved Birchpaw from a fox and is barely even hurt. They're a bit scraped up, but scrapes are better than claw marks. Once again, we've lost our herbs. Runtail wishes to join the elders. We honor him and all the service he's offered. We're rethinking our life choices. I kind of like to think we didn't get a choice in the revive. We just kind of like were going along one day and suddenly we were there. For our LifeGen patrol, we've been thinking about going out on a walk, though there's been reports of a fox scent in the area. Whilst that's not necessarily a big deal for a cat in the patrol, it seems to be a more so younger and experienced fox. It could be a danger to you. We go out on our walk, but while things are peaceful at first, they aren't the whole time. The fox, it seems, thought we would be something good enough to hunt, and it chases you around before a patrol finds us and comes to help. While we are luckily unscathed, our pride remains pretty bruised. Storm Sky brings in a queen, Witch Streak, and their kits Briar Kit, Small Kit, and Magpie Kit. So here's Woodstreak, an adult female with green eyes and a single stripe pelt that seems more white than gray. Spontaneous, a good singer, and well-versed. I'm not really sure what that means. But this is what they look like healthy. Yeah, so mostly white here. And I don't know how well it's going to be seen, but there's some lighter gray patches and then some darker gray patches and then some gray speckling. Very pretty. Honestly, I think bubble is a better prefix, so I'm gonna do that. If I've ever seen a cat that should be named Bubble, it should be her. Then here's Briarkit, Small Kit, and Magpie Kit. Butterfly Tooth has joined the clan. Here's Butterfly Tooth looking around camp with wonder. A lonesome individual with a relationship advisor is a trait. He's a senior male at 219 moons old and is sick with carrion place disease. This is what he looks like healthy. A very pretty cat. We go on a midnight stroll with Lyrush, both of us enjoying the night air and one another's company. Magpie Kit joins us when we are soaking up some sun rays. Moral Swirl is chatting with Icyfin. We listen in as we eat our evening meal. Seems Poppy Eye has annoyed Moral Swirl. Moral Swirl is just at the heat of any issue, it seems. MoonClan shivers as the forest roars, the hot teeth of fire ripping through their beloved woods. Hopefully nobody's hurt. We were injured by some rats at the fresh kill pile. Falling Whisker was also taking prey from the fresh kill pile, only to find a horde of rats. It seems like it's just an issue right now. They get Yarosar to help, and together they fight off the rats, but once again are injured. Yarosar has been following the progress of Quiet Paw for moons and feels it's time for him to get his warrior name. He's granted the name Quiet Crest in honor of his insight. That's a pretty good name. Against all odds, Butterfly Tooth has recovered from carrion place disease and joins the elders, so I guess he was a warrior before that, which is kind of crazy to think about a cat that old being a warrior. 220 moons. I wonder how old we can get. He's beating everyone else by like 100 moons. Here's Briarkit, a bit more grown up. Small Kit, and Magpie Kit. A young warrior offers to fetch our fresh kill. We contemplate whether we should accept or insist on doing it ourselves for old time's sake. We graciously accept their offer and enjoy a well-chosen piece of fresh kill. The young warrior seems pleased to be of help. We're going out with Lyrush too this moon. We were told about the blue supermoon and decided it'd be a good opportunity to ask Lyrush out. We pad up to them but hesitate. What if it doesn't go as planned? They turn back looking at you, and we successfully ask them, without stuttering, if they want to go see a blue supermoon tonight with you. They happily agree, and when the time comes, you and they sit on top of a tall tree, gazing at the bright, massive, slightly blue-colored moon, the countless sparkly stars together. We feel extremely happy to hear Lyrush's soft purrs and see their face being lit up. That sounds so cute and magical and romantic, but in the back of my mind, the only thing I can wonder is how these cats would have known that this event was coming. Do they have astronomers somewhere in the clan? So there was an odd noise at the borderlines, and I thought this could be something else, but I guess we have recruited Coal Talon, Barkit, and Russikit instead. Let's take a look at them. So here's Coal Talon, an adult female, blue eyes, and a brown rosette pelt. She is righteous, a great teacher, and a good fighter. And this is what she'll look like healthy. That is actually gorgeous. And for the kits, here's Barkit, newborn male with blue eyes and a rosette pelt, which actually looks like it's going to have some really interesting markings. And then here's Russikit. I'm very curious about Barkit. He looks so cute. In the aftermath of the fire, the forest lays still and quiet, but the clan knows life will find its way back. Cats' ribs are starting to show beneath their pelts. The forest, normally MoonClan's great protector, has little prey or life here after the wildfire. This could also probably be what some of the MoonClan cats are talking about. We haven't actually had very many issues when it comes to hunting and the like, because we currently have 675 pieces of prey. I have needed 150. So really, we're doing okay. but I wonder if this means that hunting is going to be a lot harder and more unsuccessful. It's kind of fine if it is. I don't really have a quote-unquote dump to do for patrols otherwise, so I don't really resent this happening, at least not yet. The weather's been bad lately, and Ravensong can feel it in their bones. Snowleaf is happy to find their body pain-free. Their broken bone is finally healed. Mara Shriek announced she's expecting kits, but won't be moving into the nursery just yet. Strawpaw is overjoyed to finally be a warrior. Yarosar renames her and honors her tenderness. Straw Quiver nuzzles Swig hair, thanking her for the guidance. Yarosar hops up onto the morning meeting spot to find that Cinnamon Paw has set Moss Longgit in preparation for the meeting, so Yarosar can be more comfortable through the long ceremony. Purring, Yarosar gives her the name Cinnamon Thrift for her initiative. If only he was deserving of that. Ooh, there's Barkkit. That's a cool pelt. And there's Russet-Kit. Maybe not the most fitting names, but that's okay. Here's Quiet Crest, now all grown up. He's the only one remaining of Icy Finn's kit, so I really can't say I blame Icy Finn for missing Quiet Crest. I also have no idea where Opal came from, but I guess they're here now. How are our kits doing, though? Moral Swirl actually likes Sherman Heart. Echo Dapple likes Sagbellow. Pretty fair margin, actually. And Burn Path likes Beverly Pelt. Some interesting combos I would have never seen coming. But while we have a mediator, I guess we can try and encourage some of this. Let's see. We have way too many cats, I'll be honest. It looks like Sagbellow is mutual on Echo Dapple, so there's actually a chance here. They're not that far off in age either. The leader once again asks for our opinion on settling a dispute between two warriors. We weigh in on the situation, provide a fair resolution. They appreciate our wisdom. Well, we've immediately had 2 successful hunting missions, so if the fire thing was meant to be anything more than flavor, it doesn't seem to be affecting us too harshly. It's really cool that it actually kind of came back around. Not a lot of the time skip events will. It'll just be like a one and done. Next time skip. While trying to impress Lyra Rush, we trip over our own paws. They snicker before moving to help us back up. Though the world seems permanently blackened, on the charred branches of a pine, new needles are unfurling. Sky Scratch wishes to join the elders, and the clan honors them. Bronzepelt brought a litter of 2 kits back to camp, but refused to talk about their origin. Figburst has been feeling feverish. Her burn looks discolored and swollen. It could be developing an infection. Mara Shrike hopes the litter will be small. She's been moved into the nursery despite her protests. As the clan cheers for a new warrior, Birchhaven, Privatooth purrs loudly. Her kit is finally a warrior. A new journey has begun for Birchhaven. Privatooth knows that Birchhaven's observance will lead her through anything. Butterfly Tooth fell into a sinkhole and was never seen again. Rip our legend. Of all the ways for an elder to go, it's a sinkhole. Okay. So first here we have Borkit, and then we have another Straw Kit, which we'll just change to Teasel Kit. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it's unique at least, I guess. And we're gonna just keep on trucking here. Just as we're ready to take an afternoon nap, we're startled awake by an eager kit nudging our side, begging to hear tales of cats from days past. With a chuckle, we invite the kid in, enfolding them in our tale. We start to weave tales of our adventures with old friends, each more thrilling than the last. The kid is entranced, gripping our fur in wonder. We can't help but feel a surge of pride at getting the chance to honor our fallen clanmates. Speaking of cats, so here's Strawquiver, more grown up, loving and clever. Here's Cinnamon Thrift, a real looker. Thoughtful and a gold star fisher cat. Then Birchhaven, adventurous, brave pathfinder, and a good sport. Oh, Lyrish got old. I don't know how I missed it, but I did. She looks just like such a little granny. Okay, I don't know what the first part of this was, but it's so much easier to practice pouncing with their clanmates to pounce on. Plus, it never fails to descend into a game. Hiding, pounce, hide, ambush, swat, bap, 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 hide, pounce. It really paints a picture of how cats actually act, though. I can totally picture my cats doing this. A stroll today has let us discover a hidden gem of an area on the territory. Could be a nice hideaway on occasion. No cat ever thought they'd be so grateful for weeds, but seeing life spring back to MoonClan's territory is a special kind of joy. We are seen playing with the kitty pet over the border. Who really cares? Rumors reach our clan that exiled Flood Mask has died recently. Yarosar calls a clan meeting to honor Snowleaf's service to the clan. It's time they retire peacefully to the Elder's Den. Is Snowleaf really that old? Scratchfoot was on a walk when she saw Bubble Streak being attacked by a rogue. They helped Bubble Streak escape, but not before gaining a few wounds, and we've encountered chasing. The infection Figverse wound has abated. Mare Streak had a single kitten and is absolutely refusing to talk about or acknowledge it at all. Bubble Streak is immediately expecting more kits, and goes right back into the nursery. Cold Talon finally feels back to normal, but was out wandering, got frostbite, and poor Russet Kit has gotten kitten cough. So we'll see how that shakes out. Liar, you should learn from our mistakes and become an elder sooner than later, please. But I guess that's her choice, and she's made it to where I kind of wanted her to be. Snowleaf is quote-unquote only 160 moons old, so he retired a bit early, but it's about that time, I guess. For our LifeGen patrol, the leader asks her opinion on a dispute between two warriors. We feel respected knowing their wisdom is still valued. And once again, we give our insight. Oh! Red Aster finds another queen in need of help, and Murder has joined the clan. With Girl Kit and Scratch Kit. Murder. That's a little too on the nose with two murderers in the clan, one of whom is our leader. Here's Murder. A young adult female with bold nature and a problem solver. This is what they look like healthy. Not exactly who I would think of as Murder, but I guess that's that. And came to the clan after living as a kitty pet. And here's all of our new kits. Also, just for what it's worth, I'm really not trying to recruit cats at the moment. It's really only the medicine cats that are recruiting cats, or if I inadvertently hit one of the prompts I wasn't really aware was going to recruit a cat, that's the only way cats are getting into the clan now. But it's still doesn't seem to matter when we've recruited an entire page in the past 5 moons alone. And once again, a strange noise, which is usually a predator, Liar Pelt has joined the clan with Pebble Kit and Shade Kit. And we can't have two liars. There's way too many cats in this clan now. But this is a new liar. Cream Pelt. Yep, okay. This is way too many kits. Way too many kits. I can't keep track of this many cats. This is why the things are on. They allow mass extinction events. Alright, Moon 140 for the clan. Old age gets to the best of everyone. We're no different, and we ponder that while sunbathing. We may be immortal, but I guess we're not that immortal. Birdsong, MoonClan has been without it for so long. With the forest growing back to life, their longed-for dawn chorus has returned. Lyra overexerted herself and is feeling sore. Once again, the rats return. Sagbell revealed their love to Echo Dapple, who is happy to become their mate. We got one of our kits to be mates with someone. Burn Pass gotten Whitecough, though. Look at all of our kits. Which kit is your guys' favorite? I think Bark Kit still is up there for me. But Curl Kit also is looking pretty cute, not gonna lie. And of course, you can't forget about Briar Kit, who is on the whole page before them. But this is just way too many cats. Once again, we are asked for our opinion. We provide a fair resolution. All right, Moon 141. Mossy Kid is causing trouble and we're the first one on the scene. The fawns sigh, we herd them back to the nursery. There's no one moment, but somehow clawing their way step by step, MoonClan and their territory have recovered from the fire that raged through their forests. Very, very cool encounter, I guess, or event. I wish it reflected a little bit more on the success of our missions, just because we really didn't encounter any issues with hunting or etc. But I do really appreciate having events that actually span multiple moons, that show progress, that show growth, that show issues. I just think it really makes the world feel a lot more alive. It makes some decisions feel a little bit more long-reaching and so on. So I do think it's really cool. I just wish it had a little bit more bearing. Rumors reach our clan that the exiled Whisker Streak has died recently. Let's see. Flood Mask, I'm pretty sure, just had strikes against them. I think it was the same with Whisker Streak, so I guess we're just gonna say the unknown residents for now. Charge Rumple's burn is healed. No. Whitecough didn't have a chance to progress further. It was already strong enough to kill Burn Path. One of our kits is gone, and Figburst also dies from severe burns. And I guess Mossy Kit is Bubble Streak's new singular kit. Briarpaw chooses to be an apprentice to Slumber Shiver. Wants to help the clan through words and influence, not claw or fang. Small Paw Magpie Paw become warrior apprentices though. Russet Kit survived Kitten Cough. Yarosar fesses gently with Burn Pass for hiding the evidence of what killed her. They want to remember her as she was in life, not like this. Cats offer Yarosar comfort and care, but they refuse it. I don't know why, but it feels even worse that Yarosar is a cat that's mourning Burn Path like that. It just is. Oh, Burn Path. I was hoping you'd outlive us. I guess you kinda did, but alas. It wasn't good enough, I guess. But here's Small Paw, a little bit more grown up, and Magpie Paw. And then finally, here is Briarpaw. Very interesting coat, really. We are just trying to rest. The warrior's out on patrol and the medicine cat out gathering herbs. However, the squeals of other cats manage to wake us up from our nap. We rush outside and seems a snake has slithered its way into the middle of the camp. The cats look to us for help. We are the one in best condition at the camp at the moment, so they're hoping we have a plan. We move into action, quickly grabbing the snake by its tail. We drag it out of the camp where we let it free, watching it slither out into the grass as our clanmates let out a loud sigh of relief. Those snakes are gonna be harmless anyway. Also looks like Gradaster has hit elderhood himself. It's weird to see all the cats aging. We've got a huge surge of kids, but for the most part, it's just a lot of older cats. Still can't believe how many kids we have, though. Alright, Moon 142. The storm blowing through makes our joints ache. Gradaster sympathizes and gives us some honey-laced herbs. There's some fun to be had this moon. Yarosar suggested playing some games as a clan, and our team won. Slumber Shiver visits us after we had a very cross conversation with Echodapple. Echodapple announced that she's having kits. She chooses to continue duties as usual for now. We are getting Grandkits. Fish Blink brought a single kitten back to camp but refused to talk about it. Sleepily, Scratchfoot thanks Lemon Tripe for pain relief. It's been moons since she's been able to have a good rest without the awful pain that's been so intense lately. Mirror Shriek's gotten yellow cough, a little scary. There's such happiness in the promises they make to each other. Sherman Heart and Moral Swirl leap into their new life as mates without question or hesitation. So, full disclaimer, I've been mediating Echodapple and Stagbellow this entire time. Moral Swirl and Sherman Heart was purely on their own. Bubble Shriek was lucky. She's recovered from the severe burn she got. I'm assuming all these burns are from the fire, but I'll be honest, I didn't see any notes about where, which cats actually got burned. It was just kind of fire raged through. I didn't see a long list. I could very well have missed it, but I didn't see who actually got hurt there. Barkpaw, Russet Paw have become apprentices. Murder and Cream Pelt have recovered from birthing their litters. Look at all these kids. Let's see if talking with Echo Dapple has any new dialogue options now that she is pregnant. Did you see Rabbit Tail earlier? Oh, it was the funniest thing ever. He was took a twig for a snake and flew like 5 foxlings into the air. Hilarious, huh? I need to appreciate it. Say, I know this place out on territory some huge sticks. Think we can make them do it again? Maybe they'll go 6 foxlings this time. Oh no. Also, here's all of our little apprentices. Alright, time for Moon 143. This will be the last one for Leaf Bear, by the way. You find a new accessory and choose to store it. Lyrash has been resistant to retiring, but the aches and pains of old age have worn them down. They approach Yarosar and are honored for their tireless service. Yarosar died from their severe burns. The leader had 7 lives left. Will they reach StarClan even so far away? Needledew isn't sure, but they hope to see familiar Starry Fur on the other side. Needledew can make it up to StarClan. Echo Dapple is hoping for a big litter. Time to move to the nursery and relax before new arrivals make their appearance. At least in real cats, the first litter is usually small, and the next ones after that will be bigger. I don't know if this is going to reflect that at all, but it could be a cool little detail if it did. Oh, Pebble Kit, Tribe Kit, and Radasser freeze during a snowstorm. I imagine Radasser tried to keep the kits warm by himself and couldn't do it. It's possible that maybe they wandered a little too far away and Radasser went out to seek after them and got caught out too. That's the only thing I could see that would actually make sense there. More yellow cough. As Stonekit grows, she seems incapable of not snoring and panting loudly. Eventually, it's clear her lungs are a little weaker than normal. I'm not sure how we knew that Needledew had passed away. But Moonfern can hardly process the sight of the body before them. The world feels colder and crueler now. Moonfern is barely able to move their body and has to be gently guided to their nest, fatigue threatening to consume them. Ravensong's voice cracks with grief, talking about the time they have with Needledew. In the dead of night, Ravensong wails into the vast sky, unable to fathom StarClan's cruelty. They glare up at Silverpelt, gouging the earth with shaky claws. No one can begrudge Hardrumble the time they need to grieve. So much grief and death has taken its toll on the cats of MoonClan. Ravensong and Falling Whisker are particularly shaken by it. This will be last moon of Leaf Bear, though. And Lyra is now formally in the Elder Ascend with us. What's your secret? You always need to know what I need to hear before I do. Also, here's all of our current kits. Definitely a little bit reduced from before. Our border patrol finds an abandoned kit. Grandkits has joined the clan. Here they are, little female. And for our LifeGen patrol, young warrior offers to fetch our fresh kill. We contemplate whether to accept or insist on doing it for ourselves for the old time's sake. We politely decline, deciding to fetch our own meal. The young warrior nods respectfully and offers their help should we need it later. Also, are we still insecure? We're still insecure despite coming back from the dead. Alright, Moon 144. In the nursery, Echo Dapple lies suckling a litter of 4 kits, Zagbella watching over them and purring so hard his body vibrates. And Teaselkit and Borderpaw become apprentices. Let's check out our Grandkits though. Oh, she named one of them Frostkit. Oh, even though it's not one that looks like us at all. Oh, that's so sweet. I'm probably going to switch her names around just to be a bit more fitting there, but that's so nice. Look at how filled out this is now. Half of our siblings are gone. But we now have 4 little Grandkits. Most of her cousins are dead too. That's just depressing. Okay, so I'm gonna change the first kit to be named Frostkit. because this is his same coat pattern, and it's a little gray male with green-yellow eyes who is polite. Then up next, I'm gonna give this one the other cat's name because I do think it's cute. There we go. Grandkits. It's a type of bird. Then we have Honeykit, which I actually think it could be nice if this one was named after Tiny Stripe since it resembles him. I don't know if we have any other tinies, but I think at this point there's bound to be some overlap, so it's probably fine. There we go. And then same with Pebble, we have too many right now. All right, and last up, here we have Pale Kit, newborn male, cyan eyes, and a single color gray pelt who's insecure. But Tiny Kit is secretive, and Grackle Kit is manipulative. Grandkits. Let's talk to them. Frostkit is stumbling around blindly. Gracklekit reaches up and bats up at you. His tiny claws prick your nose. You reel back with a yelp. The little body among stars surprises you. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Sounds a little ominous, I'll be honest. And Pale Kit squeaks up at us. I actually was not expecting to get Grandkits, never mind this quote-unquote early, but we'll take it. Just as we're ready to take an afternoon nap, we're startled awake by an eager kit nudging our side, begging to hear tales of cats from days past. Your enthusiasm to share stories of old friends overtakes us, leading to tangents and ramblings that overwhelm the kit trying to keep up. Eventually, they lose interest and interrupt by announcing their boredom. Hey, it's bound to happen. We also don't have enough healthy medicine cats, which with this insane growth doesn't really surprise me. Alright, heading into Moon 145. Some time today was spent lost in our own thoughts. Reflection's a useful tool. Sherman Hur is chatting with Birchhaven. We listen in as we eat our evening meal. Seeing Shaded Antler has annoyed Sherman Hart. More games this moon, and we won again. Turbo Rabbit, Rue Clove, and Sagbell are taken away by Two Legs. RIP. Oh dang, Echo Dapple will always love Sagbell, but has decided to move on. That really didn't take very long at all. I know that they actually have very strong mutual feelings for one another, but I think Echo Dapple just inherited some of her mother's stoicism and pragmatism in the sense that she's not going to let this get her down. And, well, that's just reality, so I guess now it's time to move on, sort of thing. This is just hilarious. Murder is watching with prize. Curlpaw is named and given to Birchhaven. And Scratchpaw, Shadepaw, Stonepaw all get made into apprentices. Stonepaw realizes that she can't describe how they feel anymore. I'm actually a little surprised because normally when we need more medicine cats, one of the kits will automatically choose that path, but it doesn't seem like that happened this go. So here's a little Frost kit who basically actually does look just like Frost did at that age, except with slightly different filters and of course different colored eyes. So cute. Then we have Grackle Kit here who cried fake tears while roughhousing. Tiny Kit and Pale Kit. Pale Kit actually really grew into that name. I wasn't expecting him to look like Blue Star. We just randomly randomized Light Rush and Echo Dapple there. Once again, a young warrior offers to get us some prey from the fresh kill pile, and we accept. They seem pleased to be of help. Whoa. Whoa. I wasn't ready for that. I thought that this was just like a little storytelling time, so I just hit proceed. But the image suddenly changed to this, which I haven't seen before and genuinely kind of spooked me. The cats of Whisker Grove are a bunch of dung, gargling scat scooters with two spits. They stole from MoonClan the mouse hearts, and it's rumored that they're such mange-pelted thieves that Silverpelt herself threw them out from StarClan. What did I miss? Alright, Moon 146. Time has taken its toll and Mirror Streak retires. Briarpaw has proven himself skilled at handling the clan's disputes and has been given the name Briarcone. Yarosar rests her muzzle on Smallglide's head and declares him a full warrior of MoonClan. Yarosar stands, but the clan proclaims Magpie Paw shall now be known as Magpie Streak. Plumetooth announced she is expecting kits. Seems inevitable that all rat bites are nasty, so Ravensong isn't really surprised when there starts to show signs of infection. And everyone graduated early, so we don't have any new cats to look at. Yeah, I'm kind of regretting doing the whole revive thing. I should have just tried to do the continue. I thought it was going to be like click on thing and then confirm with continue instead of just thrusting me into that. Because there's honestly not really much here with the LifeGen patrols and there's nothing for us to do as an elder, so I should have just stayed dead. But we've been thinking about going out on a walk, though there's been reports of fox scent in the area. While it's not necessarily a big deal for a kind of patrol, it seems to be a young, experienced fox, and it could be a danger to us. We go out on our walk anyway, and everything is peaceful. The sun is shining, and leaves seem to gracefully trail after you as you walk. It's worth it to see such sights, and now that we're ready to go home and get some rest. Also, we're at almost 900 pieces of prey. I've needed 164. I've mostly been doing full border missions like this, but it doesn't seem to matter. Alright, Moon 147. A clan meeting has our attention. Danger in the territory means everyone should be on high alert this moon. We look to the stars one evening and ponder. Is StarClan really watching? Ironic for us to wonder. Lightning is striking in the sky. We watch with Briarcone, Fishblink, Poppy-Eye, and Stormsky. We take a moment to think about how much the clan has changed. Really has. Barkpaw is named Barkspeckle. Russet Aster is a new warrior. Mossy Kit loudly complains as Bubble Streak pulls him over to quickly groom his pelt, but he's named Mossy Paw and given to Sherman Heart. Plumetooth hopes their litter will be small. Lemon Stripe passes to a festering wound. He's mourned by Queso, Storm, and Runttail, and takes his place in StarClan. Another LifeGen patrol, another fox. It's worth this walk. Alright, time for Moon 148. We find kids frolicking in our favorite spot to nap, but we don't have the heart to scare them off. Instead, we watch them play fondly until they're eventually called back by the queens. I like to think at least some of them are going to be our kits, or our grandkits rather. Old age gets the best of everyone. We're no different. We reflect on that while sunbathing. What is happening? What is happening? Ravensong unfortunately passed away from an infected wound. I kind of knew that his time was limited there. Plumetooth secretly had a litter of 2 kits. Twighair hisses her grievances into Strawquiver's ear. She kills Strawquiver. I need to exile Murder, it seems, because it only seems to be encouraging them now. Hillpetal wails when they see the body of their parent lying still and cold. Cats offer Hillpetal comfort and care, but they refuse all of it. Quesosaur fesses gently with Ravensong's fur, hiding the evidence of what killed them. He wants to remember them as they were in life, and not like this. Quesosaur trembles, staring at his nest, unable to sleep as he broods over Ravensong's last moments. Did they suffer? Were they scared? Quesosaur can't shake the crushing guilt. Amber Stripe confess their feelings to Moonfern. They become mates. Frostgit misstepped and slipped from a rock but landed on his feet nimbly, his clanmates commenting on the show of dexterity. We could never. Here's Sunkit. And here's Goldkit. Not the names I would pick for 2 little black kittens, but I guess we're not the ones in charge of that necessarily anymore. So that is what that is. It's also just really, really hard to keep track of everybody. So I know I haven't been showing too much of this, but as you can see, it's just a lot of cats and a lot of new cats that I'm frankly just not all that invested in. At least not when it compares to the others. So that is what that is. Who is Twighair? Where's Twighair? There's Twighair. Twighair has apparently been here forever, but I genuinely don't remember her, which is a little disconcerting. Strange, Grey Tunneler, Fast Runner, parent was Primshade. And you're going to the Dark Forest. Alright. Also, Swantho apparently has a little bit of a crush on the murderer, which we're gonna try and not encourage because we really don't need to be doing that. We just don't. We really just don't. Once again, our only choice here is to accept a young warrior's help in getting some prey. So we do, we lay around and we eat. Honestly, not a bad life, I guess. Oops, Curlpaw got poisoned. Also, here's Barkspeckle all grown up. I stand by, this is a really pretty coat. And here's Rusted Aster. Honestly, I kind of wish she got a leopard somewhere in her name, but that's fine. Alright, going on to Moon 149. We take a moment to think about how the clan has changed, we take a very productive nap in the sun, and we take a great day to lie down and soak up the sun's rays. Tryfish is struggling with heat exhaustion. It looks like it's developed into full heat stroke. Ivory Twist and Falcon Scratch have become mates, with the more romantic members of the clan sighing, watching the new mates with interest there. Boarpaw is named Boar Scar and honored for his hard work. Shadepaw is given the name Shade Bark, honoring her strong will. Here's Briarcomb, by the way. I decided to talk to Snowleaf. Can I tell you something, Frost Whisper? You gotta promise not to tell any other cat. This matters between us and the porcupine. Last night I couldn't sleep, so I was out on a walk and there was this little guy. I don't know who he was, but he was like a little porcupine or something. I asked him for his name, but I think that might have translated to an insult in porcupine language because he got really defensive and all of a sudden about to attack me and everything. So I ran away. I didn't mean to offend him at all, but I didn't want to get hurt. I went out again this morning to try and apologize, but I couldn't find him anywhere. So if you see a little porcupine about the size of 3 paws, brown and white, that one, would you please tell him I didn't mean to offend him? This was a weird conversation. Also, just as a note, Moonford is 153 moons old. She's getting up there. Once again, our LifeGen patrol is just a fox. And once again, we actually encounter the fox. And it decides to chase us. We were unscathed with the help of our clanmate, though. Teaslefer is named and honored as a full warrior of MoonClan. Ooh, Curlpaw died to Whitecough. Scratchpaw is named Scratch's son and honored for her composure. Stone Zoom becomes a new warrior honored for his boldness. Oh, this is funny. Beverly Pelt has no doubt in his mind of who his new apprentice should be. Frosket has always been looking for an excuse to be in his den, asking endless questions about what each herb is and what it's used for. As Beverly Pelt announces the newly named Frostpaw will be his apprentice, he sees Frostpaw's eyes shining in delight and excitement. Beverly Pelt knows he is right in choosing him. And despite being a medicine cat, Frostpaw was seen chasing Kitty Pet off the territory. It seems Klee is still bothering us. This is a little bit redundant here, but Ecodapple is going to mentor Gracklepaw, one of her own kits. Tinypaw has been made an apprentice, and then was seen arguing and borderline fighting with Meatlug. Ecodapple watches as Palepaw is given the Privet Tooth to apprentice under, knowing Privet Tooth was a good choice. Murder nuzzles against the fur of her dead child, her kit, her Curlpaw, feels as though the world has ended. The death of Curlpaw, devastating certain cats, clanmates have to take turns comforting Murder. That's so weird. The total shock scrambles her body, enough to paralyze movement, thoughts, and speech. It's as if Murder has been hollowed from the inside out. It doesn't escape me that Frostpaw was made an apprentice to the medicine cats when that was what we were considering. But looks like he's being a little bit more annoying and won't stop asking why. Grew to be flamboyant, a careful listener, and oddly resourceful. Frankly, a little bit more promising than I think we were at that age. Gracklepaw is talking to himself. He is obsessive and curious. Tiny Paw is loyal, interested in clan history, and likes to decorate. He is listening to his mentor Oat intensely. And Pale Paw is feeling underappreciated. He's humble, interested in clan history, and apprenticed to Privet Tooth. Starting to feel like this murder thing isn't going to resolve itself. Just as we're ready to take an afternoon nap, we're startled awake by an eager kit, begging to hear tales of days past. But while we spin a tale about some of our old friends, they lose interest and interrupt by announcing their boredom. Alright, time for Moon 151. We find ourselves longing for the time when our biggest worries were catching butterflies and trying to figure out which nest in the nursery had the softest moss. We spent some time with Moral Swirl today. The two of us enjoy some time away from camp. Old age gets the best of everyone. We ponder that while sunbathing. It seems Moonfern has gotten Whitecough. Oh. Tiny Paw was killed defending Echo Dapple from a dog. Their own mother. That is rough. How is Echo Dapple faring though? Because to see your kit go down trying to save you and possibly actually saving you, seeing as she doesn't seem to be hurt, that would be really harsh. And Pale Paw's gotten Greencough. Because we can't have an easy time of anything, it seems. Echo Dapple helped bury Tiny Paw, leaving his favorite prey at the grave. We don't seem to be too bothered. Alright, I've been here for a while, and we still don't seem to have anything resolved with Snowleaf or Yarosar now. So I'm going to go into Ultra Speed mode here. I'm probably not even going to check in on all the moons and all the events. So I'm only going to let you know about any new LifeGen events, anything happening with like the immediate family or anything that's more relevant to like what could actually affect the larger clan, and we're gonna really be speeding things through now. Alright, it's Moon 152, and already things are happening. Snowleaf watches impassively as Icy Fin struggles in a two-leg trap, waiting till they slowly stop moving before leaving the area. So I guess Snowleaf's ways have not abandoned him. Irish Mrs. Icy Fin refutes any attempts at comfort. Rabbitail talks about the time that they had, but it's too agonizing. Frostpaw's gone Whitecough. Okay, I accidentally just skipped through this because I wasn't paying any attention because turbo mode. And we apparently attacked the Rat King's lair. The rats defending the Rat King's lair are more numerous than they thought. Patrol catches whatever rats they can, but Yarosar swears they saw it. Multiple eyes glowing in the dark watching them. We still got a large amount of prey, but we still didn't vanquish the legendary Rat King. Oh man, Odd Sound led to Buttercup, Ghost Kit, Tarantula Kit, and Cloud Kit joining the clan. Here's some new kits. Ghost Kit has a very interesting star on his head. We got Tarantula Kit and Cloud Kit. Maybe not the most fitting names, but again, I'm just kind of letting them run. Echo Dapple's gotten Yellow Cough. Moonfern's recovered from Whitecough, though. Pale Paw's recovered from Greencough. We're fully into winter now. A new medicine cat joins the clan, but they bring with them a litter of kits. Moonfern asks us to do a storytelling session for the kits. By the end of the day, some apprentices, warriors, and even Falcon Scratch have come to listen. Oh man, Echo Dapple guarding camp yells a warning as they spot a circling shadow right above Gracklepaw. Echo Dapple starts sprinting to Gracklepaw's position, but couldn't get there in time, not before Gracklepaw was carried high into the sky. Another one of their kits taken by a predator right before them, and there's nothing they could do about it. Ouch. There's genuinely no words I can think of to describe how they must be feeling right now. And it probably doesn't help when their immortal grandparent doesn't seem to care all that much. A kitty pet joins the clan, and his name is Oopsie Daisy. Stormsky and Slumber Shiver become mates. Interesting. And Klee is continuing to cause problems with the clan, it seems. Echo Dapple is bargaining with StarClan, begging them to send Gracklepaw back. Here's Oopsie Daisy. Lyrush is grief-stricken, but not for her grandkits. Oh, weird. So Beverly Pelt and Frostpaw go out to gather some herbs. Suddenly, Beverly Pelt's eyes go wide, fur puffing up, and tells the apprentice that his dream is a warning of death and destruction, thoroughly freaking Frostpaw out. We've had a fair bit of that the past few moons. We're going into Moon 155. Yellow Cough has taken Echo Dapple's life. Bubble Shriek was bitten by a venomous spider. Lyrush feels as though they're living through a nightmare. Echo Dapple, their kit, can't really be gone. As the days pass, Lyrush becomes angry and withdrawn. Feels like the entire clan is just moving on, which they refuse to do. Echo Dapple's body lies in a clearing and Pale Paw nuzzles up beside her, wishing only to feel the warmth of his parents' presence. As the days pass, Pale Paw becomes angry and withdrawn. Feels like the entire clan is just moving on, which they refuse to do. We lost 2 kits. Jumbo Current was found at the border, tired but happy to be home. The air has sharper claws than any enemy warriors. Even the rising sun cannot make it gentler, only causing the new frozen land to glitter in grim beauty. Terrible cold has come and sickness will soon follow. I think we've already had enough. I really do. The camp is relatively empty as many cats have gone out on their daily patrols or hunting, and we decide to help tidy up. Maybe add a decoration or 2. We start to have a couple doubts as we gather the materials. Is this a good idea? We begin to work on sprucing up the camp, doubts shaken away as if they were a flea. The other cats seem annoyed by what we're doing, but we continue anyway until we're done. Once the clan gets home, they seem perturbed by the changes, and one of them even comes up and scolds us. Perhaps going back to bed would have been a better idea. Wonder what we did. Also, we really ate through our prey, so we need to stock up. A bunch of cats got frostbite because apparently we could not keep ourselves warm in a storm with 6 cats. Moon 156. You and Lyrush spend the night cuddled together in the den during a chilly night. We help out with some repairs this moon, and the camp looks much better in the end. The younger cats have forgotten the warmth of Greenleaf. Some believe that they may never get warm again. The older cats suffer the cold even more because of their memory of hot days. Both young and old curl around each other for warmth and hope despite the chill of the long nights. Sky Scratch has chosen to use their skills and experience to help solve clan disputes. They become the newest mediator. Amber Stripe was found stiff and curled up in their nest. It seems they died in their sleep. And Moonfern grieves Amber Stripe. They didn't have very long together. But we are into New Leaf, so hopefully warmer days are ahead. I still kind of, frankly, prefer we pretend that Frost Whisper isn't really here, just because I kind of would have preferred to have kept it that way. I'm really only doing the LifeGen patrols. I'm not even really talking to anybody, just for the sake of kind of maintaining some of that. Just because Frost honestly is not going to have any huge impact on anything that happens, let's be honest. And I just wanted to see what the Elderhood would have been like, so think of this as kind of an AU, but Frost isn't really here, I don't think. But Yarostar and his littermate Falcon Scratch are now considered elders themselves. And here's Frostpaw grown up. Moon 157. Our mate Lyrush takes us out on a midnight stroll. We enjoy the night air and each other's company. When the clan sets from their dens and finds the world no longer freezing, they're almost shocked by the change. It's been cold for so long they've forgotten warmth's embrace. Sky Scratch is suddenly struck by a sharp pain in their chest. They're found later that day, cold. A lot of cats have recovered from their frostbite. It just doesn't feel real. Charred Rumble stares at Sky Scratch's body blankly, waiting for this horrible nightmare to end. They spend time by themselves, letting themselves mourn Sky Scratch and time they should have had together. Poppy Eye fusses gently with Sky Scratch's fur, hiding the evidence of what killed them. They want to remember them as they were in life, and they cannot be comforted. Their love has been a slow basking warmth, not a wildfire, and Beverly Pelt wouldn't change it for the world. So excited to commit to patting a Tri-Fish's side forever. Here's our new kits: Laurel Kit, Pipit Kit, Heron Kit, and Crow Kit. Also, I don't think I've really shown them grown up, but here is Palepaw. Oopsie Daisy and Chirpback died on a hunting mission to the Rat King's horde, which I proceeded on because we actually do need the prey. And then 2 huge bounties bring us up to that, so silly me, I guess. Moon 158. Looks like Mossy Fade is the other parent to Teaselfur's kids. And Frostpaw is named Frostplume. I know that's not necessarily a bad thing, but I'm probably going to rename that. The stars softly shining and lighting their pelts, Beverly Pelt gives Frostpaw the full name of Frostplume. They both share the rest of the night with StarClan, celebrating their good fortune having another medicine cat. Goldpaw is named Gold Nip. Some kits become apprentices. And Moonfern has to grieve the loss of Chirpback and other of their kids. Alright, Frost's new name is going to be Ravensong. He was mentored by Beverly Pelt, who influenced him to be more likely to break rules that don't suit them, be cold towards others, and dwell on things. Beverly Pelt helped him become better at providing insight and thinking outside of the box. In graduated, he was honored for his cunning, graduating at 14 moons old. He's sneaky with valuable insight and an out-of-the-box thinker. And Pale still has not yet gotten their warrior name. Moon 159, we're alerted to danger and everyone's on high alert. Palepaw is named the Paled Apple and honored for his hard work. Moon 160, Falcon Scratch joins the Elders, and Yarazard chooses Quiet Crest to take over in their place. Squirrel Kit was crushed when a tree fell into camp. Oh no. Rabbitail's tail was badly injured in a falling tree, so I guess maybe they were trying to help the kit. I think it was maybe one of Teaselfur's kits. Yeah, it was one of Teaselfur's kits. I feel bad for not even knowing that. Icicle Kit, Eagle Kit, and Cloud Kit. Also, you look more like a Squirrel Kit than the other one did. I'm not a good person. We play fight with one of the younger kits, but we soon find our old joins complaining. Moon 161. Something very interesting has happened. Wyrush has chosen to use their skills and experience to heal and commune with StarClan. Meeting is called, they become the clan's newest medicine cat. Speaking of which, we have had a couple of random cats join the clan. They've become healers, a few cats have stepped down for getting mates. So this is an interesting twist. I'm gonna allow this one just because, for all intents and purposes, I don't know if Frost should really be counted as being here. So Lyre as a widow could technically be a medicine cat normally, so I'm just gonna let it happen. Snowleaf and Yarostar also found a single kitten and decided to adopt it. Falling Whisker died to heat stroke. Twig Hair announced she's expecting kits, but isn't moving into the nursery. Beverly Pelt and Chaifish found a litter of 2 kits and decided to adopt them. The clan sits vigil for Falling Whisker. Shaded Antler refuses to move from their nest. So much grief has taken its toll on the cats of MoonClan, and a few are shaken by it. Here's the Evil Duo's adopted kit. Ridge Kit, newborn female with emerald eyes and a yellow rosette pelt. She is disciplined, and I think I might actually rename her to Cheetah Kit, because that's a little bit more unique. They know about lions and tigers, and why not cheetahs? Lyrush gathers catmint. Good for her. Twig Hair hopes their glitter will be small, and they move into the nursery to prepare. Falcon Scratch has gone Greencough. Ruclove has returned home to MoonClan. And Clea is still around. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, being an elder seems really underwhelming in this game. I'm a little tempted to try and do a different path, but I don't want to deviate too much. Moon 163, it looks like we're back into StarClan. This is where it would have ended if we had retired when we did. As the world grows dim, our spirit remains steadfast. We've had a good run, shared in countless victories, and spun endless tales. The air is heavy with the scent of our clan, their murmuring a soft lullaby. As we take our last breaths, our clan's call grows stronger, a soothing promise of rest and peace. With soft purr, we embrace the stars, our story forever etched in the heart of our clan. Looks like we had gotten Whitecough. We wandered out into the territory and were later found dead with a peaceful expression on our face. Mistpaw announces that they are expecting kits. MoonClan wants to congratulate them, but the rising celebration is interrupted by Mistpaw snapping, completely unprovoked, that this pregnancy doesn't make her a wilting flower. She will not be moving her nest. Pregnancy hormones are terrifying. Don't just blame stuff on pregnancy hormones either. Sometimes people just don't want to be treated differently for stuff like that. Twighair has a litter of 2. Chartrumple approaches the clearing where Frost Whisper's body lies, cold and lifeless. Defying expectations of sympathy and grief, they instead curse their fallen clanmate to the dark forest where they belong. Once again, Rabbitail mourns us, though. They fuss gently with our fur, hiding the evidence of what killed us. They want to remember us as we were in life and not like this. In the days to come, Rabbitail barely stirs from their nest. So Lyra is not sick or injured this time, I don't think, and does not have that excuse. Yeah, Lyra is fine. She just doesn't care, I guess. See, he spends time watching fish in the nearby river. Who cares? He's gonna come back again, I guess. We're not coming back again. We're just done. Here's Civic Kit and here's Air Kit. And I'm really wondering if Snowleaf is gonna die before he spills a secret about what he did. And frankly, Yarostar is no less guilty, so the only way I see this ending is frankly with them dying of old age at this point. And sorry if this is super long. I've been going for almost 3 hours, so there's a lot of cuts. Now you know why. We snap a twig to startle a shrew right into the paws of a hunting patrol. They thank StarClan for their prey. We reply in our head with a purr that it's no problem. And despite our age, we walk with youthful spring. We sprint down at our paws, wondering if they may be beginning to fade. We reminisce daily on the long life we had, both good and bad. The bad doesn't feel so bad anymore. Tarantula Paw is now Tarantula Ash, honoring his spirit. That is one of the worst names we could have gotten there. Hot Paw is now Hot Break. Icicle Kit is now Icicle Paw. Eagle Paw is Apprentice of Frostsong, interested in herbs. And Cloud Paw is touching noses with Quiet Crest. Kits and warriors alike eagerly gather to listen to our tales. When Sherman Hart is on a patrol, we sense foxes nearby. We send him a sign, willing him to leave before the foxes arrive. Luckily, he picks up on the signal and heads home quickly. We decide to walk around MoonClan for a bit and notice a floating wisp. It seems to be what other StarClan cats have described as lost spirits. We try to approach them, but it disappears before we can get close. We take some time to practice our dream walking so we can visit the MoonClan cats we've been watching so closely. Ghost Paw is named to be Ghost Foot and honored for his enterprise. Mistspot and Flipcone have a litter of 2 kits together. And it looks like the coughs are back. Oh no, everyone is sick. Everyone is sick and getting bitten by more rats. Poppy-Eye and Poolbriar have become mates, so. Okay, I think we're just gonna hit continue here again. What is this? What is this? Is this like Dark Forest now? I'm gonna click this, but we're not going to the Dark Forest. Oh, okay. I think that just gives us the option to change our mind, which is fine. We're just trying to see what happens. Medusa Pelt was found sipped and curled up in her nest. It seems she died in her sleep. That's not what I'm laughing about. So Snowleaf got what came to him. What goes around comes around, I guess. Snowleaf was murdered, the culprit unknown. Just doesn't feel real. Yarostar stares at Snowleaf's body blankly, waiting for this horrible nightmare to end. Yarostar can't be bothered to get up out of their nest the next day, refusing to speak a word to those around them. Flipcone wails when they see the body of their parent, Snowleaf lying still and cold. As vigil draws so close, someone suggests they should eat. They refuse, not so much as shifting their vacant gaze. In past Moon, they've taken their place in StarClan. Cough, cough. Yeah, sure, StarClan. Medusa Pelt is welcome, Snowleaf is not. What happened? Snowleaf was secretly murdered by Whitecough, the deputy of all the cats. Well, unfortunately for you, bud, you killed 2 cats yourself, so you're not exempt. So Whitecough, I can't say that apparently. Whitecough is wise with unnatural senses, so despite Icyfin revoking their faith in StarClan, looks like Whitecough actually is completely unwavering in their faith, and thinks that StarClan is peaceful and waving in a story just waiting to be told. They will speak tales of StarClan's deeds to anyone who will listen. So with that in mind, I have a sneaking suspicion that maybe Whitecough knew what Snowleaf did, and I'm not necessarily inclined to banish him to the Dark Forest. I know 2 wrongs don't make a right, but I'm inclined to let that one slide. I'll still make a note about it though. What are we at, like 164? 166. So that really wraps that up. The only thing I'm going to continue forward for now is for Lyrush. I want one last conversation with her and StarClan to end it off. And ideally, I want to know what Yarostar's fate is too, but if Lyrush's happens first, then it's not gonna get told. At that point, just gonna be Yarostar, probably dies of old age himself. He is 130 moons. He may have 7 lives remaining, but they'll eventually hit a point where they start losing lives in 2s and 3s, and sometimes even all of them if it's just their time to go. So wild. I actually was not expecting Snowleaf to get what was coming for him, and I think the clan is probably just horror struck by that, but at the same time it's Leafbear and he's older and wasn't necessarily contributing. I don't think he was super well liked except by his immediate family. So I think for the most part the clan is happy to let him die in the snow and fade away with the snow come New Leaf. Bronze Belt is now an old man. Moon 167, we think of a message to send to the medicine cats of MoonClan during the Half Moon meeting. That was actually something I was considering mentioning when Lyra became a medicine cat, is that she could have done that to speak with Frost if I hadn't hit the resurrect button. So that also kind of makes sense in that respect, just so she could see him more. So I can kind of see that playing a possible role anyway. You thought that being dead would free you from feeling any grief, but you can't help but feel sorrow as some of our clanmates start to fade. We will the clouds to cover the moon during a tense gathering. Oh, never mind. Lyrush will always love Frost Whisper, but has decided to move on. Here's some of our latest kits and apprentices, just to give you guys an idea about what everybody's currently looking like. Oops, Mossy Faye died in a border dispute. Overnight, the sky is open, lashing MoonClan camp with sheets of hail. Cat sheltered in place until the storm was over. When the clouds parted, discussed how best to rebuild what the hail destroyed. I do just want to say, too, real quick, how unrecognizable the clan got for the most part, like as soon as I stopped really engaging with anyone on a regular basis. Like, sure, we still have some familiar faces, we still have our kits, but a lot of these cats are new. They're from the kit explosions that we've had. We recruited a lot of them. Like, all the familiar faces are, like, pretty much just in the positions of power at this point. And I do think in some ways it's kind of nice just because I think that's going to make it a little bit easier to let go of MoonClan, even as like a spirit, just because it's, wow, MoonClan really isn't what we recognize or are looking for anymore, is it? So I think that's kind of fitting for the progression of this anyway. Moonfern faded more and more as the days went by, until one day they were found dead in their nests. Rumors reach our clan that the exiled Coldstreak has also passed away. Tryfish and Beverly Pelt found the litter of 3 kits and decided to adopt them. Looks like Swanthroat was chosen to mentor Civet Paw. Shadebark and Opal become mates. I'm not engaged in either of them. I don't know if I care. We're also at Moon 169, just to put that out there. And now Snowleaf and Coldstreak are reunited in the place of no stars. Begging Beachkit to vouch for them to join StarClan. We'll talk to Snowleaf since we can do that now. We catch a glimpse of Snowleaf through the bramble border and ask boldly if they had anything to do with the harsh storm that just pummeled the clan. They snicker, entirely unintimidated by our accusation. What the hell? No, I would never be so mean. Maybe you guys should be doing a better job protecting them instead of pointing paws, huh? Ooh, that's interesting. So some of the blights that can happen could be from the dark forest. Ooh, I like that twist. Eagle Paw is named Eagle Chomp after his hard work. Maybe not the best medicine cat name. Opal and Shadebark broke up, and then are immediately announcing their new status as mates, so it's gonna be one of those types of relationships. Blast of the Hails finally melted and run into the ground, signifying rebirth and healing for MoonClan. So the storm moves on, so too does discussion around camp. We feel a wave of unease when we realize how close we are to the dark forest border. Maybe we just keep coming back to chat. Twilight Paw is made an apprentice under Birchhaven. Tarantula Ash is murdered, the culprit unknown. Yeah, there's no way we're gonna follow all these murder plots at this point. It's just kind of depressing, let's be honest. Here's Tarantula Ash. She was a trans female, loving, brave pathfinder. Secretly murdered by Twighair. Got it. Got it. Maybe we'll just have something happen to Twighair at some point sooner than later. Here's our name Cheetah Paw, Cheetah Song. Oh. Ivory Twist overheard Quiet Crest muttering in his sleep, claws slashing at the air. His muttering confirms what Ivory Twist always suspected. They were the one responsible for Snowleaf's death. Ivory Twist has decided to keep Quiet Crest secret. Ivory Twist is flexible with a comforting presence and is also very faithful in StarClan. So I think to me that does reaffirm that they believe that what they did was right. They might have suspected or, you know, maybe were told by StarClan what Snowleaf did. And so Ivory Twist saw that Quiet Crest took it into his own paws. Maybe doesn't condone it, but does decide to keep the secret. Very interesting. Runtail has become the clan's newest queen. And Sherman Hart sits in the crowd, chest puffed out in pride as they watch Panther Paw be named Panther Speckle. And honored for her dauntlessness. Plumetooth announced she's expecting kits, but isn't keen on being confined to the nursery just yet. Eldevice Creek has passed from a mangled tail. Just by the way, Lyrush is 156 moons old, but we're heading into Moon 175. So we have a lot of the same prompts here again, reflecting on the life we had, the good and the bad. We see a ghost somewhere in the clan camp, but Midnight Paw got lost during their first solo hunt. We use a wind and the rustling of the undergrowth to guide her safely back to camp. Opal and Shadebark broke up, and then became mates. Patchouli Kit? I really don't know, actually. Poppy Eye and Poolbriar found the litter of 3 kits and decided to adopt them. Hiccupart and Plumetooth have 4 kits. Meatlick has died recently. Once again, here's all of our new kits. Hill Petal and Twilight Shade both retire to the Elders Den. Yarosar names Cloudy Paw as Cloudy Roach and Twilight Paw as Twilight Moor. One of those is definitely a bit more flattering than the others. And Moral Swirl announces that she's expecting kits. They want to congratulate her, but the rising celebration is interrupted by Moral Swirl snapping, completely unprovoked, that this pregnancy does not make her a wilting flower, and she will not be moving her nest. It looks like we might have some minor spoilers, but Yarosar chooses Birchhaven to take over as deputy, knowing Quiet Crest would approve. Poppy Eye died to Yellowcough. Moral Swirl is hoping for a big litter. Yarosar, Buckbur, Quiet Crest, Rhinespot, Beverly Pelt, and Plumetooth are all killed in a badger attack. The leader has 6 lives left. Stonekit was killed by Yellowcough. Blue Thrift was pushed under a monster by Oat. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, I'm not reading all of this. It's just a lot. Cold Talon lost a kit. Pipit Peck Peak is fussing with Bark Speckle's fur, as is Heron Husk. Croaster is numb with grief after what happened to Bark Speck. Heather Kit gently licks their fur clean. Chaifish has mourning lost their mate Beverly Pelt. Butterfly Kit feels numb with grief for what happened to their parent Plumetooth. Burnt Kit's voice cracks with grief talking about the time they had with their parent Plumetooth. Past Moon, everyone's taken their place in StarClan, and so much grief and death has taken its toll, shaking a lot of the clan. Here's our current kits, by the way. And just out of curiosity here, what happens if I talk to Goldshriek after all that? They're on the border between StarClan and Dark Forest. We watch them curiously. They reach out a paw to step onto the starry ground, but quickly pull back as if burned. We thought that being deaf would free us from grief, but we can't help but feel sorrow as some of our StarClan clanmates begin to fade. Moral Swirl is exhausted but elated as they look over their litter of 4 kits. They are eager to share parenting duties with Sherman Hart, who has crawled into the nest to join them, their purrs resonating through the den. Here's our other Grandkits. Twig Kit, which I'm changing. It could be literally anything but that. Newborn male with bronze eyes named Mackerel Black Pelt. He is smug. We have Heather Kit, a newborn male with gray eyes and a speckled bluer black pelt, who's bullying. Spike Kit, a newborn male with bronze eyes, a gray rosette pelt, who is nervous. I was gonna say that gray rosette seems to be strong through the lineage, but Moral Swirl isn't our biological kit, so that bit doesn't really make sense. Then we have Swarm Kit, a newborn male with emerald eyes and a classic white and black pelt, who's passionate. Our newest Grandkits. At least we got to see a fair few of them. Speaking of, let's also check in on Pale Dapple here. Humble, brave pathfinder and learner of lore. He wants to get to know Crowaster better. And it actually looks like he's got a pretty good crush on some other cats here we haven't really seen very much of. Which is just how the cookie crumbles. This is our current state of the clan, by the way. I guess we can just do a quick little check-in here. Murder's still going. We're up to 5 pages of cats. Here's Birchhaven. Can't believe she overslept today. She seems to be a very responsible cat. I see her name pop up a lot. Adventurous, master of territories, and good sport. And here's Ravensong. He was thinking so far out of the box that he forgot there was a box in the first place. So yeah, a lot of kits. A lot of kits. I'm sorry. Lyrush fell into a river and drowned. I'm a little sad about that. I was really hoping that she was gonna pass away peacefully, but if her becoming a medicine cat so late in life told me anything, I was honestly expecting her to fall into a sinkhole or something random because that's always what happens with the elderly medicine cats, I swear. So that's unfortunate. But I was laughing at what was immediately underneath that, which was Yarosar pushed another cat underneath a monster. He definitely has a memo. I have no idea what happened to him. He really got kind of unhinged here. Rob and Shade pass away fighting a rogue. Falcon Scratch's voice wavers as they talk about their sibling trying to get through the tale and return to grieving over Lyra Rush's body. They want Lyra Rush's vigil to be good to show that they were loved. The dead of night, Falcon Scratch wails into the night sky, unable to fathom StarClan's cruelty. They glare up at Silverpelt, gouging the earth with shaky claws. Just doesn't feel real for Flipcone and Twilight more as they stare at Miss Spot's body. And everyone is shaken by the losses. Alright, well, kind of want to know what happens to Yarosar. But I don't honestly know how much more I have in me. I've been going close to 4 hours, and I don't know how long this is going to be as is. So for now, I think MoonClan is going to be done. Let's go ahead and talk to everyone one last time. Greenfin, already fading. How many cats do you think there are in the Dark Forest? I tell myself that we outnumber them, but I don't think anyone knows that for sure. Something happened and the border broke. Would they flood in and sweep us all away? Good question. Who knows how the mysteries of the beyond work? Our mother's swamp spot. It's always Greenleaf here. Haven't you noticed, Frost Whisper? I love it, but at the same time I miss the snow. Yeah? That's fair too. With our cohort dead, a lot of the older cats are really starting to fade now. Blue Runner especially. Used to be deputy. Willow Deer is feeling down. She accidentally runs into us, but our bodies simply pass through each other. Quail Hale is curious about what Panther Speckle is doing. They peer down at their loved ones in MoonClan with a warm expression on their face. I'm so proud of how far the clan has come. We'll talk to Gracklepaw, who wants to show Icy Ice a new skill he learned. Gracklepaw accidentally runs into us, but our bodies simply pass through each other. Let's talk to Moonfern. They're sitting, staring intently down at the clan below. Do you think they miss me? I know that's probably not something I should want, but I do. It makes me feel like I made an impact with my life. Is that wrong of me? There's no good answer. You sit beside them, watching along with them, and they seem to appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, she was alive a long time. She touched a lot of kids' lives, too. Moonfern is going to be missed and has had a profound impact on the clan, but whether or not she actually accepts that is another issue. Tiny Paw is trying to continue training on his own. He went out in such an honorable way, and yet they smile at us. Then for our kits, Willowtail is currently walking the dreams of Moral Kit. A gathering is approaching. Let's hope the living cats know how to behave themselves, or else we might have to intervene. Echo Dapple is watching over the clan. They stare down at MoonClan with a worried expression. There are 2 legs at the edge of the territory. Maybe we should speak with Hiccupheart about sending the living cats a warning. Let's also talk with our brothers, Weaselreed, who's feeling quite lazy. He looks upon MoonClan worriedly. Wish I could warn them about what's coming. And then Ravensong, who's fading quite a bit, but is watching MoonClan proudly. The Half Moon meeting is coming up soon, isn't it? I'm hoping I'll get to go see Toad this time. It's been a while. Toad is a random cat we picked up, by the way. And then I think we'll end us off here with Lyra Rush. Surprised to find herself walking in the stars of Silverpelt. Lyra Rush watches Iris Kit worriedly. We need to keep an eye on this one. But I think that's where we'll go ahead and leave MoonClan, at least for now. there's a lot of want to see what happens with Yarostar and the end of his life here in his villain era, let me know. But for now, I think we're content to be surrounded by our loved ones, our mother and our brothers, the kits that we've lost, our mate, and to look down on MoonClan and see all the cats that we know, some intimately and others that are very new faces, and just have hope for what's to come and for the kits and grandkits that are still walking through MoonClan and who will have a very, very wonderful life, I'm sure. Especially since Moral Swirl specifically just had a whole litter of grandkids grow up a little bit more. So I really do hope you guys have enjoyed this journey with me. I hope this episode wasn't too long or too crazy or not crazy enough. I'm probably going to show very fleeting glimpses of some of those prompts and some of the patrols and such, just because there honestly was a lot of repetitiveness. That's one issue with this game, is there's just a lot of repetition. And so I don't really want to harp on prompts that are just kind of getting recycled too much. So hopefully this was good and not too much or too little. But again, just let me know your thoughts on Yarostar and what we think about for him, because that really did catch me off guard. I was not expecting that. Just for a little bit of peeling back the curtain a bit. I'm back at school, so I'm going to be a little bit busier and crazier than normal, especially since I'm working on my proposal for my thesis. So uploads in general are going to be fewer and farther between, and that's just going to be the running theme for 2025 in general. I do want to focus more on quality of content over quantity of content, so weekly episodes are pretty much going to get faded out. We can still possibly have some series, but I do want to focus on doing some one-off challenges in the meantime, so it could be something that's a bit longer, like what this episode's probably going to be, or it could be something that's a little bit shorter and fun. Let me know your guys' preferences on long versus short episodes, especially for one-offs. Like, do you guys prefer just having 30 minutes of that, an hour of that, 3 hours, 5 hours, just what? We'll try and figure that out as we go too and find the good balance. Speaking of too, let me know any ideas for whatever sort of challenges you want to see in the comments below. So challenges could be something that are more story-based, like with what FrogClan was. It can be a little bit more about let's just see what happens, like what MoonClan here has been. Let me know your preferences for that too. Personally, I'm a little bit missing on the story aspect, so I'm probably going to lean a bit more heavily into those, at least to start us off. So if you have any ideas for that, again, just let me know in the comments, and I'll be happy to peruse through them at my own time. Our next upload's probably going to be a week or two out, probably closer to 2 weeks, just given the length and heft of this episode, so just to keep you guys totally transparent there. But thank you so much for watching, especially up to this far. If you made it through this entire playlist, you're a champ. Thank you especially to Parental Unit for supporting the channel, as that support is greatly appreciated. But until next time, everybody, stay safe, stay happy. I'll see you next time, and whatever that may look like. And we're going to just look at MoonClan one last time, as transformed as it's become. Look down at Frost Whisper's loved ones, descendants, and even complete strangers. And I guess we'll just fade to black on that notion. Bye.